Watershed Project Invasive Plant Reporter. This is a citizen science project where people can report infestations of invasive plants across the Copper River watershed, as well as learn more about the ongoing efforts of the Watershed Project to map, monitor, and treat invasive plants in this region. When you go to the project page, you land on the About page, and this is just general information, what the project is doing and the goal and how people can participate, as well as some informative pictures of the different species and where they're located that we are targeting. From here, you can also download the free mobile apps, which work really well if you're reporting observations in the field. The admin, so you can message, and then options to download the full data set here or here for further analysis. On the top bar here, you'll see observations and data, photos, members, discussions, and options, and this is where you can leave the project or analyze the data. Observations and data tab is a really useful place to start. You'll see a couple options on how you can interact with the reported data, and so right now you can see there are 603 results, so that's the number of observations, and this does have historic data reported by the Watershed Project, so this stems back to 2014. You can use this main observation view. You can see it in a table view, which looks more like an Excel document, or the map view. And on all three of those views, you have the filtering options on the left here, and so you can use that to further dig into the data. With the map, you can interact by zooming and scrolling, and any hexagons that are green, the darker green, the more observations at that location, and when you click on a hexagon, it'll pop up with the observations from that site. But you can also use variables and search. You can search by these different drop downs that we have based on the data sheet, and so a really useful one is searching by common name, and then you can look at a specific species, and when you hit search, it'll then pop up with all of those, and again you can click on them and see the individual observations. You can also search by date range, user, specific hotspots, or whether or not there are images reported with the observation. And then back at the home page, if you want to report an observation, you use the blue Add Observation button. This will open up the data sheet. Every data sheet has a location, date and time, and then these are the variables that we created specific for this project. And so when you go to date and time, it'll automatically pre-populate with that current date and time, but you can of course change it to a different date and then time as well. There are a couple options for entering location. You can manually enter a latitude and longitude. You can search by a place, or you can use the crosshairs to pinpoint where on the map you would like. So it'll automatically zoom into all of the ones that we've already submitted. But then if you want to refine that, you can zoom in and out, and then you would say use this location, and it'll populate the latitude and longitude. From there, the observers is very important, affiliation, site code you can leave blank, area surveyed, that's required, so what is the area that you looked for this plant in, and we asked for that in acres, region, whether it's Cordova or the basin, and then common name, infested area, percent cover, and control action. And then you have an option to upload a photo and put a note in there. And then when you're done, just be sure to save observation.